Hi, I'm ThriceRisen.
And I'm Raf Reanimated.
And today we're here to unbox From the Vault Lore. From the Vault Lore is the 9th Magic the Gathering From the Vault set released by Wizards of the Coast. It has 15 cards from Magic the Gathering's history, keyed to a theme of lore. 3 of these cards use new card art, never before seen. They are foiled using a special foiling process unique to the From the Vault sets. The set also contains a spin down life counter and a collector's guide, as well as a token for the Merit Lodge creature, which comes from the Dark Depths card, which we'll get into in just a moment. So without further ado, let's get to the unboxing.
You may be asking yourself, what exactly comes in the newest From the Vault lore set? If we just open it up, we can see... Oh my lord, look at that! That is an Umejawa's Jete. And some other stuff. So, nice and so shiny, so foily. Anyway, so yeah, we open this bad boy up, and the first 3 cards that we see are Mind's Desire, Dark Depths, and Umejawa's Jete. And a spin down, no one really cares. So it's a really nice little, it's transparent too, you can see the little swirly bits on the inside. It's really nice, looks awesome. We'll go ahead and crack this one real quick. It looks beautiful, oh my lord. Okay, so we have Umejawa's Jete. I've never used this equipment before, so I have no idea how effective it is. But all of the seasoned Commander players and modern players have told me that this card is Value Town. Then we have Unmask, a card that I've never heard of before, ever. It's more or less a free duress? Yeah, I think so. But yeah, that's pretty good. Then we have Glissa, the Trader. Oh, she's awesome, especially for being a Golgari commander. She's artifact eccentric. I mean, I think she's cool. She's awesome value. I mean, first strike 3/3 with Death Touch. She's CMC 3, early game threat. I think she's worth being in the set, personally, just for a collector's standpoint. And then we have the Hell Vault. Oh, this is for a flavor win. I remember when Avacyn Restored first came out, and I saw this in the previews, the Hell Vault, and I wouldn't have used it in Standard. I wouldn't have used it in... Maybe I would have used it in Limited. This particular artifact hails from, well, Innistrad, everyone's more or less favorite plane. Basically, it's just super exile-y removal. Good stuff. And then Memnarch. Just, no. 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 If you don't know what Memnarch does, well, just good. Moving on.
He steals everything.
He steals everything. Talaria West, I think it's good. It's a good first turn land, if you ask me.
Looks gorgeous in the foil, too.
Exactly. Especially with the Transmute, you can go for a counterspell if you just have it sitting in your hand. Granted, Transmute only works as a sorcery, so it's not really...
And in this particular case, it only gets you a card of CMC 0.
Yeah.
So unless that counterspell is Pact Negation, but it gets you another land or it gets you a 0-drop artifact. It's very, very useful.
Yeah. And next we have Mind's Desire. This is a pretty awesome card. I mean, it's a 6-drop sorcery, lets you get free stuff. It's got Storm on it. I mean, what's not to like about it? Moving on, we have Momir Vig. What? Momir Vig, Simic Visionary. This guy, this art. I think this art was the real selling point for this set in particular. I mean, he's awesome. Granted, if you run him as your commander, you're gonna get shot off the table. But I mean, it's glorious art. I think it's awesome. I think it's a real selling point for this set. Next we have Near-Death Experience. I can't say... I've heard of this card, but I can't say I've ever ran it myself.
Very situational.
Yeah, very, very situational. for being a 5-drop enchantment. It's all a very interesting alternate win con, for sure.
Now, just to be clear for people watching this, Raf Reanimated and I tend to play Commander most of the time, so us saying, us evaluating a card tends to be more with that bias in mind. Just because that's the format we play more often. I play Standard, I play a couple other formats, but Raf is pretty much exclusively a Commander man.
Yes.
So take that grain of salt when we're discussing the value and worth of these cards in play.
Obliterate. No. 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 Get it away. What does it do? It obliterates. That's all you need to know. It can't be countered, destroys all artifacts, creatures, and lands, and they can't be regenerated. I mean, it's... I don't know what to say, guys. I mean, it's a table reset. That's all it is.
Also, the flavor text seems to be a very big overreaction. Just,
For his family, Baron made a funeral pyre of Talaria.
Yeah.
Phyrexian Processor. Now, I remember the first time I ever saw this card, it was from the Phyrexia vs. Coalition dual decks. It was actually the first dual decks that I had ever bought. This card it's got value. I mean, you can pay it enters the battlefield. When it enters the battlefield, you may pay any amount of life. For tap, you can put an XX black minion creature token onto the battlefield, where X is the life paid. So, I mean, don't ever pay 10 life when you play this. I mean, it's a gamble, but a Naturalize will fix that. Or something. Great flavorful card. And finally, we have Dark Depths. It resists.
All right.
Dark Depths. $30 land. Now not $30.
For long.
For long, anyway. This card is pretty awesome. It sees a lot of modern play. I can't remember if it's banned in Commander or not. I don't think it is.
It's not banned in Commander. I actually think it actually might be banned in Modern. I think you're thinking Legacy.
Oh, Legacy.
Is what it is played in.
Okay.
Because we actually don't have that information handy at the moment. But the trick is, it's okay, if you're looking at it and you've never seen this card before. It enters with 10 ice counters on it, you pay 3 mana, you can remove an ice counter from it. When it has no ice counters left on it, you sacrifice it and you get a 20/20 black avatar creature token that's flying and indestructible. It's named Mirage. Okay, so you have to pay 30 mana to get all the ice counters off. So you're wondering, why is this good? I mean, yeah, the payoff's great, but why is this good? You run it with another card like Vampire Hexmage or Thespian Stage is the most popular one, where you can make the Vampire Hexmage, you can sacrifice it to remove all counters from a permanent. So you sacrifice it, and this loses its counters and immediately cracks open, and you get the giant token. But what's more commonly played is Thespian Stage. You can pay 2 and activate Thespian Stage's ability to become a copy of a land. Because this land is legendary, you have to pick one and sacrifice it. You sacrifice this one. The Thespian Stage has no ice counters on it because it did not enter the battlefield as Dark Depths. So it immediately sacrifices and you get the token. You have to pay 2 land and 2 mana to get it to happen, but you get a token immediately. It doesn't work with something like Vesuva, which enters the battlefield as a copy of a land, because then it would enter with the counters on it. But that's the typical strategy for a Dark Depths win condition.
Also, in Limited, 20/20 flying indestructible.
If you get there, you're gonna get there.
That'll get you the game. Oh!
That actually looks amazing.
That is beautiful. That is very beautiful.
The flavor text is also quite a treat for any Lovecraftian fans.
Merit Lage lies dreaming, not dead. When will she wake from her icy prison?
That's awesome.
And Beseech the Queen, a 3-drop tutor.
So good.
So good. You may search your library for a card with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of lands you control. Reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library.
It's really the two downsides to this card. Well, there's 3, actually. 4 if you're going to gripe about the sorcery speed, but there's 3. One is, if you're not running solid black, it can potentially cost up to 6 to play. But if you're running black, it can cost down to 3, so that's quite useful. You are limited if you don't have a lot of land. Like, if you cast this on 3, you're only going to get 3 CMC card or less. So even if you can cast it early game, you probably don't want to. But the biggest downside, in my opinion, of all of the other ones, is you have to reveal the card to prove that it costs less than the amount of lands you have. So you can't be sneaky like you can with some of the other black tutors.
That's true.
But that being said, Beseech the Queen is a powerhouse because it's an unconditional tutor. And it gets the more and more powerful the later the game is.
Next we have Cabal Ritual. I have never heard of this card. Let's see. It's a 2 CMC, 1 colorless and a black, instant speed, add 3 black to your mana pool. Threshold, add 5 black to your mana pool instead if 7 or more cards are in your graveyard.
Interesting.
I mean, it's a super dark ritual.
Yeah.
Super dark ritual. And the flavor text reads, the patriarch is long dead, but his name still stains the lips of cultists. Dark. Very dark. Conflux, from one of my personal favorite sets of all time, Shards of Alara. Conflux costs 3 colorless and 1 mana of each color. Sorcery speed. Search your library for a white card, a blue card, a black card, a red card, and a green card. Reveal those cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your library, with the flavor text reading, it's self-indulgent, I'll admit. But I do like to watch my own symphony play itself out. Nicol Bolas. And finally, we have the Player's Guide, the Collector's Guide.
Which is too big to fit into frame, mainly because it's a giant Merit Lage token on one side.
Yeah.
But it goes into the history of each of these cards. We won't spoil that for any of you who are interested in picking up yourself, but on the back it also goes into all the rest of them. But there you have it from the Vault lore.
Very, very nice, juicy tidbits for Commander, for collector purposes. All in all, I'd say right now, this set is worth picking up. It's worth picking up a set of this before your local game store runs out. I mean, very limited run, worth picking up. Totally.
Yeah, definitely for just some of the value cards right here. Umezawa's Jitty, Dark Depths. Those cards pretty much pay for the box at the moment. I don't know what some of the other ones are worth. Some of them don't. Like Hell Vault normally isn't worth that much because it doesn't see a lot of play in places, but Jitty sees in a huge amount of play. If you're running any kind of equipment deck in Legacy or maybe Vintage, you don't see too many equipment decks in Vintage, but in Legacy, you're running Sword of Fire and Ice, Sword of Feast and Famine, and Umezawa's Jitty and Batterskull. Sometimes a lot of times the Sword of Feast and Famine is conditional, but you're running Fire and Ice, Jitty, and Batterskull. So just absolutely phenomenal powerhouse cards. Dark Depths is obviously, we've gone into how it's a great win condition.
And I mean, who doesn't want that alternate art mode there, Vig? Seriously, who does not want that? Look at that. That's glorious.
Yeah, it's quite good. And Mind's Desire, I've heard a lot of people say it's 6 mana win the game because...
Storm?
Yeah, Storm. It's just a fantastic card, so you can, if people have cast, especially for Commander, if there's a bunch of people casting anything, and if you have the ability to cast it at instant speed, it's great.
Yeah. Go. This is what's in the box. Go pick up your own, quick, before they run out.
So there you have it, From the Vault Lore, an exciting new box set from Wizards of the Coast. If you want to pick one up yourself, you need look no further than your local friendly game store. I'm ThriceRisen, this is Raf Reanimated. You can check out his channel at the link below, or to the left or right, or whichever direction YouTube has it when you're looking at this video, be it now or in the future, which would be now for you, I think, as well, right?
Yeah, I think
so.
But
check out his channel, awesome stuff, lots of cool crafting videos. I'm ThriceRisen. Thanks for watching.